Hi, welcome to the Perception Podcast. I'm your host, Thomas Casey Zellers, and today we are hopefully going to change your perception on things that you thought you already knew. Really, you're the first guest I had that has brought their own notes.
I got them all right here. Every single piece of feedback I got was people just being like, you have a really nice voice. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I can do something with that. Most of all was just be more personable. People want to know you. You know, yeah, stories are cool and all, but they want to know more about you. My first week that I was on the air where I'm like, hi, I'm Morgan. Everybody hears me going like, oh, I have a radio show. Oh, I can do that. I just need a microphone. And It's like, go for it.
Would you say that radio is dead?
I would say 100% the opposite.
Hi, welcome to the Perception Podcast. I'm your host, Thomas Casey Zellers, and today we are hopefully going to change your perception on things that you thought you already knew. Joining me in the studio today is a good friend, Morgan Puterbaugh.
Hi.
And today's topic is radio. And really just kind of using the voice. And really, you're the first guest I had that has brought their own notes.
I got them all right here.
So it's going to sound like Rush Limbaugh radio. Is what.
Love it.
So I'm excited to have you on the show today. I really am.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here and have a good yap session with you.
A great yap. We yap.
We yap a lot. And so when you asked me to come on, I was like, oh, this is going to be good.
Do we yap or do we yak?
Yap.
Yap? We don't yak?
Maybe after a couple of drinks.
Okay. Got it.
The volume levels slowly go up, and I would say that's where we yak.
Okay. All right. I dig it. So for those watching, just go ahead and introduce yourself for us.
So my name is Morgan. I am a radio host on Froggy 102.7. I also do producing for 95.3 MNC. And I do voice acting as well as sound engineering.
And where is Froggy 102.7?
From South Bend, Indiana.
South Bend. Okay.
Technically Mishawaka, but South Bend.
South Bend.
We cover all of Elkhart County.
Okay. What music y'all play there?
So it is called Hot AC for Hot Adult Contemporary. So it's like Sabrina Carpenter, Teddy Swims, Chapel Roan, just pretty much anything that's like Billboard Hot 100. 40. Yeah, top 40, Billboard Hot 100.
Same song 3 times a day.
Benson Boone, Beautiful Things.
Yep. Gotcha.
Please. Wait.
Oh my, that song just makes me think of the Go.
Yeah.
The Go meme. Or,
yeah.
No, not the Go. Cat. Have you seen that one?
Yes. It's pretty prevalent in our group chats of, Birds of a Feather, Billie Eilish.
Okay.
Can't play the cat remix of it, but meow, 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 meow.
Meow, 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 meow. Yeah. Oh my gosh, we're already yapping. Okay, so how did you first get into radio then? So how did that?
So I've always been into like sound, stuff like that. I applied and was going to go to Goshen College for radio broadcasting. Goshen, Indiana. Goshen College has a wonderful radio program.
That's also right up there by
it
Michigan,
is
right?
Right up by Elkhart, South Bend, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, their program is wonderful, but life happened. I had my beautiful daughter and my son. Mm-hmm. COVID happened like immediately after as well. And during that time, during COVID, I began voice acting just to make a little bit of extra money because I was going to college and like, so that's where I kind of started, was just like on all of those voice acting websites. So you've got like Backstage, you've got voices123.com, Fiverr, things like that. And that's kind of where I started finding my voice. I mean, all throughout college, especially during COVID, because it was all video presentations.
Right.
Because it wasn't in person. So, people wouldn't see you, but they'd hear you.
Yeah.
And like every single piece of feedback I got was people just being like, you have a really nice voice.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Maybe I can do something with that.
Yeah.
And then I started making a little bit of money with it. And I was like, oh, I can do this.
Yeah. I remember growing up, anytime I would talk, everybody was like, wow, you have such a deep voice. You should go into radio.
Yeah.
And I was like,
you would be good at it.
I was like, yeah, I don't know, maybe. And now here I am doing a podcast show.
Essentially radio.
Yeah, essentially.
Essentially.
So whenever you were little, like, was there like a certain maybe DJ or even just radio station that you were listening to that you'd be like, oh, that'd be cool to like?
Ryan Seacrest.
Really?
He started as a radio DJ. He still does radio DJing on the weekends.
Yeah.
And then his career just like grew from there. But if you listen to him, where he started, where he's at now, he's just a really good radio DJ. So I wouldn't say anybody specifically other than Ryan Seacrest.
Okay.
I like Ryan Seacrest.
He is a good looking man too.
He is.
Yeah. So whenever you're at the radio station day to day, like what's that look like for you?
Just get in there. I do show prep. So, just kind of scour news websites, anything that I've seen maybe on TikTok that I like bookmarked the night before. Sometimes.
Okay.
Pre-recorded most of the time. I'd say 98% of the time. Pre-recorded at like noon, 1 p.m. And then my show is 7 p.m. to midnight.
Okay.
But yeah, that's just kind of my process. I just go in there, I show prep, I write out like talking points or jokes or like things that have just been in my mind like overnight. And then I have my break spots. I crack the microphone and just talk.
Yeah.
So then you just fill up those spots and then there you go.
So you write a lot of your own material then?
I write everything myself. Yeah.
Okay. So you write your own jokes, you write your own
Besides,
coverage of what you want to do?
Yeah, besides just like talking about like the news stories and stuff.
Okay.
I don't talk about those like verbatim. I'll just take bits and pieces and then that's how you obviously, like same thing with podcasts and stuff like that. You're not going to just take somebody else's work. But yeah. I come up with all my own original content every single day.
Okay.
5 days a week.
So like what's the mental process of like how do you keep that fresh and be very careful to not talk about the same thing over and over and over and over again?
It can be hard. Also, with radio, people aren't sitting there listening to my entire 5-hour show. So there are some days where maybe I'm feeling less than creative that I'm like, all right, we'll like double up on this story, but I'll word it different again. That way, just in case somebody is listening, which is rare. I don't think somebody's going to be sitting there listening to my show for 5 hours unless they're working at like a spot that just has it on the radio. But it's hard. It's hard to keep that up sometimes.
Yeah, because I mean, you have to be careful about, well, this is what I spoke about yesterday. So now I have to have a little bit of a writing when I talk about like day to day to day.
Yep. And I try to keep a lot of my things like music oriented, obviously. There's like sometimes I'll talk about like stupid stories or viral TikTok things, but I just like talking about music.
You talked about, you described it as like WWE meets like Florida Man or something.
Florida Man Game.
What is that? Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So it was... that's what it is. It was like WWE meets Waffle House at 2 a.m. They had all of these like because obviously everybody knows like the Florida Man like arrests. So they took inspiration from all of those arrests and created like games out of them. So like one was like run from the cops. And it was like you got to throw like a gator through a window, do like an obstacle course.
Oh my God. Like, you actually have to toss.
Find a frozen iguana. Like, yeah. And then real cops are also chasing you at the same time. So like if you get caught by them, like you're out. So
the cops are in on it then.
Yeah. Another one was hurricane supplies jousting. So it was like in a Walmart aisle with like two shopping carts going at each other. And then the winner won hurricane supplies.
That's the most like backwoods redneck thing.
The most Florida thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, that is so
I made the joke on air that I was like, I think the inventor of this most definitely has to have a DUI.
No, at least 3, maybe.
At least 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was probably one of my favorite stories like last week.
Oh my gosh.
The Florida Man Games.
I'm going to have to find one of these people, bring him onto the show,
so
and ask people to change your perception about the Florida Man.
Oh gosh.
All right. So you mentioned music a little bit. So in what ways would you say that music has really kind of been a little bit of a passion for you?
It's always been, obviously you had my best friend Jameson on. We talk all the time. It started with Green Day. It always starts with Green Day. I come from a musical family too. I come from a family of drummers, even though I play guitar and bass. I'm really bad at drums.
Was it just because everybody else was playing drums that you were like, well, I'm going to have to...
That's what it was. I wanted to be able to play with my grandpa and my dad, so I picked up a guitar instead of drums.
Yeah.
But that's just where it comes. It's just always been there.
Yeah. Did you play a rock band at all whenever that was a thing?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Guitar Hero. I have the Green Day rock band.
Do you?
I still have it. It's my prized possession.
What did you play the most?
Probably the Green Day rock band or the...
I mean, like the instruments.
Oh,
yeah.
Guitar.
Guitar, yeah.
The rock band drums are really fun, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember...
That makes me feel like a real drummer, because I can't play drums for anything. So getting to play them on, like, there.
Yeah. I remember I always would want to play the drums at, like, every birthday party. But there was always, like, one kid that was always like, well, no, I want to do drums, but I still wanted to play.
Okay.
But nobody ever played bass. So I was the
you play bass?
Just doing the bass the whole time.
It's not as easy as people think. I think people pick up a bass and be like, oh, because it's just 4 strings. It's so much harder sometimes.
Okay, in what way?
Because we just have a lot more runs. Because like Jameson can just sit there and play like power chords, but I'm the one that has to do like the heavy lifting during that part, you know?
Yeah.
It sucks.
So you're keeping the music alive.
We really are.
Yeah.
We are.
There you go. Yeah. Keeping the music alive. So radio being your big thing then, and working with your voice. Is there really anything that you've kind of learned about yourself?
I think I really
through all that process of, obviously having that passion from growing up and then going to college for it and now to where you are today. Like what has all that really kind of taught you about yourself?
Honestly, I would say it's just like confidence in myself.
Confidence, okay.
Like I've been going through like kind of a rough time like the last 2 years. I think everybody has.
Yeah.
But you know, if you listen to me when I very first started being on air to where I am now on my show on like yesterday, the growth, you can just hear it. So my presence just feels a lot more natural. And like I'm always looking to adapt that. Like you always want to keep growing and learning. Yeah, sure. But yeah, I would just say my confidence as well as my adaptability, my like way of thinking. You got to be like quick on your toes to make jokes and stuff like that. Which I've learned, more about how to do that. And I'd say the hardest part of that is like, especially with the quick thinking, is I don't have feedback right away. I'm just talking into a void, Yeah. Because it's just me alone in a room talking into a microphone.
The microphone.
I don't get feedback for like 24 hours after my show airs. So I can't tell if that joke was funny or not until people were like, that was hilarious and awesome the next day. And then I'm like, cool, awesome. Take that, build on that. So do it and come back even better.
Yeah. So you now are able to walk into a room with a little bit more strength in your back. A little bit. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Is that really just kind of like really, I guess, with any aspect in your life now?
I would say so.
Yeah.
I would say so. I have incredible friends. I have a career that I love, which is not something that people get to say that often. Is I get to do what I love every single day.
Yeah. Yeah. It really is a blessing to, because it doesn't feel like work.
It doesn't. Yeah. And I feel like sometimes it's taken for granted because I'll be sitting there like not having a good day creatively or things like that. And I'm like, well, I could be in a factory working outside in like negative 30-degree weather right now. I got it good.
Yeah.
So
is there pressure at the radio station for you to have like a really enticing show?
There is, because obviously we always want to keep growing our content and our audience and stuff like that, be engaging. I wouldn't say there's pressure on it, but, the feedback I keep getting most of all is just be more personable. People want to know you. Stories are cool and all, but they want to know more about you, which is something that I feel like is so weird because I talk to these thousands of people every single night. They know my voice, they know my name, they know what I'm doing, who I am. I've never met a single one of them besides just being out and about and doing we call them remote shows, but like being out and being able to talk to people.
Yeah.
But that's something that we push really hard is being personable and engaging with your audience in that way because they want you to feel like you're besties.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm coming on the microphone and I'm your best friend Morgan.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So was there a lot of like self-teaching that you had to learn, or was all of that kind of stuff that was through your college course of like learning, all right, this is comedic timing, this is charisma, this is...
Well, considering I didn't even really get through much of college, it was a lot of self-learning.
Okay.
And then once I joined in with the radio station, Froggy 102.7 has been incredible. Zach Miller, my wonderful boss, been awesome. We do a meeting every couple of weeks where we sit down and we talk about, okay, here's what we could do. Like, here's what I want you to work on a little bit. One thing he gave me was write down 5 things I did this weekend and then talk about that on Monday. So I become a little bit more personable,
Yeah. Okay.
So they've been incredible in allowing me to grow myself, but also pushing me to grow, recommending books and teachers and stuff like that. So.
Gotcha. Do you think being a mom also allows you to be personable as well?
Absolutely.
Okay.
My audience is like 30-year-old female Taylor Swift fans.
Oh, gosh.
That's like my demographic.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I mention my kids, anything like that, absolutely. It makes me 100% more personable.
Are you ever nervous about putting so much of yourself out there?
See, that's where I struggle with that because that's what they're asking me is like, be more personable. I keep my kids off social media, obviously, for reasons,
Gotcha.
Not even personal reasons. I think it's just the climate that we live in now. I just don't want my kids out on social media.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not afraid of putting myself out there, but we like to portray ourselves in ways that are like on social media. Everything's positive and sunshine and rainbows, and like your day to day, which is what people hear from me, is not always like that. So that's just kind of what I struggle with right now is like, how much do I want people to know about me? Do I want them to know the good and the bad? It would certainly make me more personable, but I'm such a person that just likes to hold on to all of that and not let people know what's going on in my life.
Yeah.
Besides the positive that you see on social media. So
right.
that's something I'm definitely kind of struggling with is like, where's the line?
Yeah. Because you want to be honest.
I want to be honest.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I just don't want too many people in on like aspects of my life that are like.
Well, is that also some of like the station itself where it's like, hey, like try to avoid these topics and try to stay positive, or is that really just, or is it really just your show?
It's fair game. It's
really?
my show. I can talk about anything and anything I want to as long as it's FCC compliant. So
there you go.
There we go.
What is FCC compliant?
So when you get hired in, you get a list of the big swears.
Oh.
You get paperwork of like, here is what not to say. And it was the most insane things I've ever read in my entire life. I didn't even know what half of them meant. But like, that's FCC. Like you can't talk. I guess you can talk about anything you want. You just can't swear. Like,
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
Were there words on that list that you were like, I didn't even know that was like considered a word or anything?
No, there was just ones that I was like, I don't even know what that means. What even is that word? Like, but it's also words that I probably never would have said or thought of anyways.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. So staying FCC compliant, just no swears.
Yeah. Gotcha. So with it being pre-recorded, do you feel, I guess, I don't know the word I'm trying to think of, maybe comfortable with the content that you create and put out there, or?
Yeah, I think it's a lot easier when it's pre-recorded than
So
when it's
do you
live.
edit it yourself, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I sit there, I edit, I do my takes.
Yeah.
It can take after take after take sometimes, just to get like my wording right, because I'm like so hypercritical of myself. I'm sure it would have been fine the first time, but
Yeah.
I'm just like super hypercritical of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sit there and edit everything myself, and
Mhm.
definitely feel less pressured when it's not live. So
Yeah. Is there like a little bit of anxiety whenever it is live of like, oh, I really have to make sure I watch what I say, or?
that's not a problem for me, because I've been there so long that like it's just out of my brain now of like, oh, I'm not going to say a swear, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I try not to even swear in that building, because boy, it's a big old fine if you drop anything in there.
Really?
And you lose your light. Yeah, you'll lose your job pretty much. So I try
Gotcha.
to be very safe about like anything like that.
Gotcha. I did want to ask you, being a woman, do you think that there's any other pressures or any sort of, I don't know, maybe standards or anything like that that you'd have to meet, or that you feel day to day as well, being on radio, or?
Not necessarily. I am the youngest one there. I'm only 27. I'm also the fastest growing person there.
Mhm.
So that kind of goes hand in hand with the how much do I want people to know about me? Because being a woman, I get some weirdo messages sometimes. So it's like, oh, do I want that weird person that just messaged me to know, like, hey, I'm doing this weekend. I'm hanging out at this place. You know what I mean? I just have to be so careful about what I share.
Mhm.
So not necessarily pressures in my career or anything like that, because everybody loves me. I like took Thursday off of work and I came back and they were all like, Morgan, we missed you. You know?
Yeah.
Like, my presence is missed. But that's where I feel the like pressure as a woman is like my safety and like wherewithal of like, okay, like what can I comfortably put out there that's not gonna attract some weirdos?
Yeah.
Because it happens.
Mm-hmm.
We had one girl that works at the station have a stalker, and she had to be like walked to her car
Ooh.
for like a couple of weeks.
Yeah, no bueno.
Yeah. Well, we got cameras all over, but like,
Yeah.
you know,
I'd hope. Yeah.
it happens. And so that's where I feel the pressure of like, as a woman, what should I share comfortably?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so really kind of everybody around you is everybody's a family, really, there.
Absolutely.
It takes care of one another.
Absolutely, 110%.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to get into the deep stuff here. Okay. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. We're gonna yap. We're about to yap. So I want to ask you, would you consider yourself a spiritual person?
Not, I mean, that surprised me. We just talked about this, like me and obviously Jameson, who you had on the podcast.
Shout out. Yeah.
Shout out, Jameson. Love you. We talked about this the other day, and I wouldn't say I'm a deeply spiritual person, but like, I do believe that there's something.
Okay.
I believe that there's something that influences the way that things unfold.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been like super true like the last like 2 months,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, because there's just been so many things that have landed in our laps that are like boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just allowed for so much growth.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And I wrote it down. You know, like whether that's like divine intervention or just like the way life is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You know, I think
so you feel something, but you just don't know exactly what to call it, or if it is anything. Or, okay.
And then, like, obviously, you know, maybe that's just things that happen, and then we find meaning in them.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, like things just have a way of showing up on time right now.
Sure.
Absolutely, and music and radio can tie into that too, because it's like, do you ever hear a song and it just like hits different?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, you know, like it feels like it was meant for you
Mm-hmm.
at that moment that it came on.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of what speaks to me right there. It's just like those little moments of like music or a conversation with Jameson where it just like aligns with exactly what you need and you don't even know why.
Yeah.
And then like, so yeah, while I don't follow a specific spiritual path, I do think, you know, music and our voices and emotion and stuff like that, it's something that connects us to each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've already mentioned this on the show, I think, at least maybe twice, I think. There was a study that was done where they found that music has the capabilities of affecting somebody on all 5 senses.
Absolutely.
I was going to ask you, like, do you think that there's some kind of truth to that at all?
100%.
Really? Okay.
100%. And, you know, it's such a connecting thing, too, as well. So, you know, I'm talking to you, you're hearing music, you're connecting with me, you're feeling involved. Maybe you're having a really bad day, but you hop onto my show. I'm talking to you like a best friend, and there you go. I'm hoping that I help people feel a little bit better sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you think that there is something spiritual behind all of that music and everything, like connection-wise?
I think that there has to be.
Has to be.
There has to be at some point, you know. And I've been feeling that way for a couple of months now because just the way things have been unfolding lately, it's just like, I'm so grateful.
Do you think that that's made you more open-minded to the possibility of it being Christ?
I would say so. You know, I'm maybe have talked deeper talks with Jameson about it because he's very spiritual. You know, was going through some medical things lately, and he stopped and prayed for me, and that was like, is just like washed over me. You know what I mean? Like I've never had a feeling like that before.
Yeah.
Besides when he like took my hands and we sat there, and it was just like, it was like, wow.
Yeah, you just felt like a wave kind of come over you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He made me cry that day. I've never cried in front of him before, but I cried that day. Because it was just like, you know, the way things have been going lately. I am like just so eternally grateful. And it's like, there just has to be. There has to be something behind it. There can't be meaning all the time, you know?
Gotcha.
Just let go and let things happen.
Yeah. So that was going to be my next question. Is that like, how do you think you've grown spiritually as a person through your work and whatnot? Because I mean, we've been kind of talking about how it does have a connection and how you've been kind of more open-minded, but has there been like one thing specifically, maybe not say from friends or peers, but from your actual work?
Honestly, I feel like it's just been, I go back to like specific songs playing at specific moments. You know, having a really hard day, and then all of the songs are like breakup songs. You know what I mean? And then I literally have to go on and be like, well, I guess this is the theme of our show tonight, because like this is just what's happening. And every single break is a breakup song, you know, or having like a really good day, and like every single break has like the word like sun or like some kind of like callback, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I would say that's where like the divine intervention maybe comes in a little bit. It's just like during my show, sometimes weird stuff like that happens.
Gotcha. Yeah. Is there one song, say like maybe a happy song or even like a breakup song that you've just like, you've had one of those days and then it plays and then you're just like, I got to keep it together. Like
It's always The Weeknd.
It's always The Weeknd.
It's always The Weeknd.
The artist or
yeah.
Okay.
Really any song from The Weeknd.
I didn't know if we were talking about Friday, Saturday.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Weekend. Weekend.
Weekend. The Weeknd. Is it Blinding Lights?
Blinding Lights, his newest album is really, really good. So like Cry For Me it gets me every time. It's a really good song. Yeah. So
yeah. Gotcha. So you mentioned it also a little bit. You're into voice acting as well. what kind of started your passion for that?
Just so like I met a couple of actors,
Mhm.
and then like I said, during college I was like, you have a fantastic voice.
Mhm.
And then when I met them, they're like, why don't you just like look into that? It can make you some extra money while you're going through classes, stuff like that.
Sure.
So that's where I started it. But then it kind of just turned into, especially with radio, like connection.
Mm.
I love doing voice acting. It's
Yeah.
so much fun to me. And voicing a character is like so different than just having to sit there and talk. Because like you get, it's fun to sit there and talk, but I get to be a different person for a little bit. And that's fun to me.
Yeah. Is there one character that you've played that you just absolutely are just in love with?
Not specifically that I can think of.
Okay.
And it's been a minute since I've done character acting.
Okay.
I do a lot of commercials right now, obviously.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But no, but that is something that 2025 I would really like to get into more, is diving deeper into characters, because I feel like so many people think it's just super easy. Yeah. All you need is a microphone. No. Obviously, as you know, you asked me for advice on it. It's so much harder than people think it is.
Yeah.
There's so much prep work, reading the scripts, practicing the voices over and over and over until you hear it right in your head.
Yeah.
Then feedback from directors, producers, do this better, do that better. No, thank you. A million times over, so that's probably the hardest thing. It's just the rejection all the time.
Yeah. I recently actually took a 2-week voice acting class because 2025, I really want to get more into the character stuff myself.
Yep.
And I remember my first week, they were like, read this off. And I remember reading it and I got torn apart.
Yep.
But it was like, for me, not only was it just kind of like a little embarrassing because I had a little bit more pride and confidence for myself.
Yeah. And
kind of thinking to myself, like, okay, like I know kind of what I'm doing. And I quickly realized I don't.
Take it back, redirect it though.
Yeah. And
that's what I mean is I feel, when people talk to me about like, well, what do you need? You just need a microphone, or I want to start a podcast. Can you help me out? It's like, what's this? What's that? Do you have this idea? You need this. Here's your equipment you need. Have you thought about this? What about that? It's like, and then they're like, oh, never mind.
Yeah. I took everything that they tore me apart on and just really, like, I wrote it all down too.
Absolutely.
And I just remember just being in the mirror, just working on it, on myself. And then whenever the second week came, I did a bunch of stuff and I was surprised because the teacher was like, wow, like this was actually like really, really good. Like, you did such a good job. And I was like,
it just takes the redirect, that confidence in yourself. Like I said, listen back to like my first week that I was on the air where I'm like, hi, I'm Morgan.
I am Morgan.
And now I'm just like, bam, 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 I'm just super confident in myself. And so voice acting is so different in that though, because you cannot go in there cocky. You cannot go in there thinking you are all that. You have to be so humble because they are going to rip you to shreds.
Yeah.
You're going to cry. You're going to get told no.
Yeah.
But again, you take it, you redirect, you go for it again, and then there you go. I think, are you the one that said for like every 100 auditions, you get like one job?
Yeah, I think that's like the actual statistic. I think for like 99% of actors is for every 100 auditions, you get one job out of it.
I think I have done 60 this year. Not a single job yet for 2025.
Yeah.
Besides commercials, but that's kind of different than character.
Acting. Yeah. Because I remember actually doing, you talked about like having a shaky voice your first time actually on radio, because I remember I did high school radio.
Yeah.
And that was, oh boy. Yeah. I remember my first time doing that. I was like,
in high school radio.
Yeah.
They're sitting there telling me, oh, there's thousands of people listening to you right now. It's like,
great.
Don't tell me that. Awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Just going to act like that doesn't.
And then my boss is sitting there being like, yeah, that was good. And I'm like, no, it wasn't.
No. Yeah. I'm just going to sit here and act like that didn't just shake me to my absolute core.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they said. I've told you you have 30 seconds to make make a difference. You have 30 seconds. Somebody tunes into radio average 30 seconds. So I got to get in. I got to catch their attention. I got to keep them around, give them a little teaser about what they might get next, and pound our radio station name into their brains. Yeah. So they remember Morgan from Froggy 102.7.
Did you ever get anxiety or still get anxiety whenever you're doing... Okay, so I remember whenever I was doing high school radio, if you had a song queued up, there was a little timer that said, all right, this is the timer that you have until the lyrics come in for the song, and that's when you got to cut it off.
Luckily.
Do you still have anxiety for that? Because I'll look and be like, all right, 20 seconds, and then I'll talk for like 15 and be like, oh, yeah, by the way, and then speed it up and end it.
Luckily, I have no time limits. I try to keep them under 2 minutes, but I mix in my own ending.
Okay.
So I have a start time, because like obviously the song will end. I'll be like, blah, blah, blah by Billie Eilish, and then I can start my break, and then I mix in the music at the end.
Yeah.
So
because
we don't have that anymore.
It was pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Not live.
Yeah.
So live is a little bit more nerve-wracking. And even by live, it's like 5 minutes behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get the...
5 minutes.
Well, like the break will be coming up, and I can record right before it happens, and then I click it and it'll air.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yes, it's live, but like if I need to do it again, I can.
Yeah, quick.
It's just on a timer is the thing.
Gotcha.
So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm so fascinated by it.
I'm pulling back the curtain.
I know. I'm
like
excited.
The Wizard of Oz. It's everything you hear on radio, pre-recorded.
Wow.
Most of it. There are the live shows, and those are mostly talk shows.
That's actually blowing my mind, because the next time I listen to the radio, I'm just going to be sitting there like, they're not actually sitting there.
They're not
talking to me.
Yeah,
it's like...
No, I'm not sitting there until midnight every night.
I have a normal sleep schedule.
If I had to, I would, but no. Yeah. 99% of what you hear on radio, pre-recorded.
Especially probably the late night shows.
Absolutely. The very early. Well, some of the very early morning ones are talk shows. So those are not pre-recorded.
Oh, really? So those are live then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to say they're not, because I don't know. But if it's a talk show, usually they're, I would say it's probably pre-recorded like right before, like I talked about with the live.
Yeah.
It's probably like a little bit before. So.
Gotcha. I'm just so fascinated right now. I really am, because radio, voice, and all that sort of stuff has always been, it's like super fascinating to me. So it's really cool that like you're giving me the inside baseball here. I love it.
Absolutely.
I love it. It's amazing. I'm like nerding out. I'm trying to contain it, but so going back to voice acting, was there did you grow up playing video games at all? Okay.
Big Nintendo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was big into Nintendo for basically all my childhood.
Yep.
Still today.
Big Nintendo. I had an Xbox for a while, but like, that's it. It's just Nintendo, and then I switched over to like PC gaming.
Hey, you know what? PC.
Which is really where I started getting interested in voice acting, though, because you'd hear like the characters.
Yeah.
But mainly it was, I would say more my ammunition for that was like animation.
Okay.
Not a super big anime person, but like Spirited Away and like all of the Studio Ghibli stuff,
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever you had the Xbox, did you play Halo?
No, I did not play Halo.
You did not play Halo?
You know what I played? The Simpsons game. Do you remember that? The Simpsons hit and run game?
I do.
I didn't play those games.
Okay. We're going to have you play some Halo or something. Gonna have to. We'll have to. We'll start you off with a co-op. That way.
There we go.
We can. I can
learn.
Yeah, I can.
I just played Red Dead Redemption for like the first time. I beat Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC. Mm-hmm. So that is my like first like shooter game. I'm really bad at those things.
Yeah, PC is the way to go. Sticking with the mojo of the show. Okay. we're changing people's perceptions.
Okay.
So I want to ask you, what is probably the biggest misconception about radio or even voice acting that you think there is? And how would you change that perception today? Because from my perspective, and you may have a different one, but from my perspective, it seems that, I don't know, famous saying is that radio, or is that television killed radio?
Yeah.
Internet killed television. And now we're kind of in this weird infancy of AI to see that kind of kill the internet, maybe. So would you say that radio is dead?
I would say 100% the opposite.
Okay.
Radio, we've got streaming, we've got podcasts, we have on-demand content, and then all of that's just changed the way we consume media. So yeah, TV killed radio, radio's back, streaming platforms are killing TV.
Yeah.
TV's coming back a little bit,
yeah.
But radio is not dying. I would say, if anything, it's evolving because we're still one of the most accessible, immediate, personable forms of media out there. And unlike streaming algorithms, I'm talking to you. I'm curating songs and stories and talking to people and building connections with people in real time, which is something that you don't get with those streaming platforms. So, you tune into my show, and again, there I am. I'm your best friend Morgan, talking to you like, you were sitting across from me. And that's kind of the way I try to do my show. I want you to feel like you know me, which is so different than doing something that's streaming. And like, there's something so special about knowing that like thousands of people are listening to you all at the same time. Again, we talk about connection. Everybody's listening to that same song at the same time. And it just creates a sense of community that you're not going to get with that on-demand content. So like YouTube, probably big communities there. But again, radio, we're all together listening to everything all at the same time.
Yeah.
And then plus we're expanding beyond just like traditional broadcasting. I mean, we've got our very own app. I've got a podcast that takes you back to my content on Froggy 102.7 because I air it on my show sometimes. And it's, podcasters are becoming radio hosts are becoming podcasters. Like it's all just like an integrating kind of thing. And it's allowing for a lot of growth right now. So, and a lot of shows have extended versions. Jason Lee and Cluck from the Bear, 98.9 Bear, they do an extended podcast version, behind the scenes content, stuff like that. So there's a lot of growth. Radio is not dying. It does have an older population, but that's where people like me come in. Yeah. We want younger audiences. We want to relate to, the 30-year-olds out there that are just doom scrolling TikTok. Like, I want to catch you with like a brain rot thing. Yeah. And then somebody just flipping through their channels in their cars go, I saw that on TikTok. Like, Yeah. Yeah. And then maybe they'll keep listening. Yeah. But that's what's so different about it is it's that real-time connection. It's authentic. And when they do tune in, it's relevant at that same time. So I think it's proving that it can withstand the test of time because we're growing and we're integrating new ways to keep growing with people.
Right. Yeah. Because one of the things that fascinates me about radio that, I don't know, this may sound like absolutely terrible to say, but at some time...
Shoot, go for it.
Yeah. At sometimes I do wish that like society, like we just got rid of internet and TV, just like wiped it all out.
Yeah.
And had nothing but just the radio, because I find it so fascinating that way back in the day, and I say that, and I don't mean to like offend older people here.
That's what it's. We're like 30.
Yeah.
And we're like, do you remember?
You remember back when there were 13 states?
You listened to it on the talkie box.
Yeah. I'm calling a radio a talkie box now. But people would actually like gather around the radio like we do with TV.
Yeah.
And we would listen to like Little Orphan Annie. We would listen to War of the Worlds.
Oh, I had such a good idea. I'll tell you about it off camera so nobody can steal it from me.
Steal it from you, yeah. But War of the Worlds was so terrifying for people that they thought it was real.
It was real.
And then it got to a point where the radio show, before they played it, would have to be like, it's not real. It's just a drama.
Yeah. But that goes back to that sense of connection. You're not the only family that's sitting around listening to it. You know, that's a routine that multiple families have.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this show's on. Let's go sit around and spend time together as a family. And I really, not that internet's ruined that, but like, you know, everybody can sit on their phone and watch a YouTube video in like separate rooms. Yeah. You know, so why not try to bring people together? And I do feel like radio is a really good way to bring people together like that. You know, my show might not be super interesting all the time, but like
sometimes.
Yeah. I got good ones sometimes.
Yeah, because that, I mean, you kind of touched on it a little bit. I do think that is something that as a society, I think just because everybody has one of these. Yeah. I can, you know, watch whatever I want in my own time. I don't need to, like, it's just crazy to me how episodes have also changed. Like, there's a lot of shows nowadays, whenever they stream, they'll just release all the episodes. Yeah. But then there's some that are trying to stick with the episodic format of like
weekly drops.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think that is kind of the producers or the directors, whoever's running the show, the showrunners. I think that is a very good way of them trying to reincorporate that sense of connection again.
I also think that. Sometimes it is frustrating because it is such a good show that you're like, just drop them all at once. Yeah. Just give it to me all at once. I don't want to wait till next Tuesday to watch this episode.
Right.
But that's what keeps you coming back. Mm-hmm. So, you know, maybe I'll tease something on my show and then they'll be like, oh, well, maybe I'll listen tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's how we get people to like reeled in. It's a good way to do it. As frustrating as it is sometimes, especially with those TV shows, but like, you know, I remember being a kid and like having that show come on where you're like, it's on. Yeah. It's at 8 p.m. We gotta wait. And then you like jump over the couch and it's on.
Yeah. I remember me and my brother we would go nuts for the original Teen Titans.
Oh, show. Yes.
We would go nuts for that show.
Yep.
We couldn't miss an episode. My mom is really big into reality TV, so like American Idol, whenever that first started, we all had to watch it.
I was like, I remember when Bones came out, the TV show.
Bones. Oh, yeah.
And my mom and I would sit and watch it every week.
Yeah.
I love Bones. But now people get those, you know, 20 plus episodes all in one drop. So it's good to have that like little taste every now and then.
Yeah. Well, and I think streaming it's both good and bad for the sake of so I'm probably going to show how big of a nerd I am here, but Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah.
Love that movie. Do I wish it could have gotten the theatrical release that it deserved? Absolutely, I do.
Release the Zack Snyder cut.
Release the Snyder cut, yeah. I remember that being the thing. I was huge on that. But I'm also, in a way, equally glad that it didn't go to theaters and that it just went straight to HBO.
Yeah.
Because what I think that allowed is this is a 4-hour movie. Mm-hmm. Not really a whole lot of theaters and even production companies are going to be like, we want to get butts and seats.
Yep.
So we're not good. So you'd have to basically buy out every single theater so you can get as much money as you can.
Yeah.
But I think whenever you put a 4-hour movie onto a streaming service, that really does allow directors, especially indie directors, to really tell the story the way that they want to tell it. You get like the actual director's cut. You don't get the theatrical cut or whatever.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Would you say that there's something similar to that in radio at all, or?
It'd be like our podcast.
Okay.
It'd be like, okay, I give you a little taste of this here and there. You know, maybe I don't keep my podcast FCC compliant. You know? You got to go over there and see.
Yeah.
But like that's where we take it is you know, if you want more of this, here's what we're going to do for you, because we are so limited in our content on radio. We've got to keep it interesting. We've got to keep it personable. We got to keep it compliant with FCC, as much as we want to talk about the dumb, goofy TikToks that are like so funny, but like raunchy, you know?
Yeah.
So that's where we would go into like our director's cut, is like, here's my podcast. Go listen to me. If you like me, go listen.
Yeah. Because I remember after Conan ended his show, he now has a podcast. So
Everybody has a podcast.
Yeah, everybody has one.
Thomas.
Yeah. Hi. Welcome to my podcast.
But again, that's where the radio isn't dead thing is coming back again, because so many podcasters are going into radio broadcasting. Sirius XM is fantastic for that.
Oh, yeah.
iHeartRadio, they've got Ryan Seacrest and all of these people. And so podcasters becoming radio broadcasters becoming podcasters. Like, everything is just kind of one big circle. And we all keep each other in check.
Yeah.
Maybe not always, but.
Do you think apps, like the early apps like Pandora, iHeartRadio, they're not really talked about as often as they were way back then? Because I remember when iHeartRadio came out, it was like huge.
It was huge. It is still huge.
Really?
Believe it or not.
Okay.
It doesn't get talked about as much, but deep dive into their ratings, they're like bigger than some of the shows on like television. Some of the, news talk.
Because I remember when Spotify came out, like that was like nobody talked about iHeartRadio anymore. It was
Absolutely.
just Spotify.
Well, and Spotify's done such a good job with like integrating, being able to post podcasts. Now you can post video content on Spotify. You can take your podcast, post it on Spotify with the video.
Didn't know that until I started doing that.
There you go. So, can iHeart change some things? Yes, but they're doing a good job at keeping things integrated.
Do you think that there's a lot of positive change that you'll see in the future as far as radio, or
100%?
Okay. In what ways?
Just the fact of we like to say that like Gen Z is kind of starting to come into play here. But yeah, we don't have the Rush Limbaughs out there anymore. We've got Morgan, who's talking to you about the dumbest cat TikToks you've seen.
And Florida Man games.
Or the Florida Man games. You know what I mean? So we're kind of just hitting those younger audiences, which is going to be the game changer. If we can get young people into radio, that's where things are really going to take off, because then maybe more people with the same mindset of view as, let's put our phones down for a little bit. Let's be together. Let's listen to this radio broadcast. Let's, it's just going to take that kind of push of narrative, because I think people are like, oh, radio's for old people. I'm 27. Here I am. So
if you could have your way of going about it, how would you try to integrate younger audiences into radio?
I mean, I feel like I already am.
I'm asking you for like your marketing expertise.
Yeah. Not the best at that one, but
you mean you're not the chief branding officer of such and such?
Kind of just, like I said, keeping it relevant to what younger people are into right now. Talking about those viral moments, trying to stay on top with like pop culture, stuff like that are, because I feel like everybody's so like instant gratification. We can pick up our phones, we can scroll, you've got a million reels, you've got TikTok where it's like bite-sized information in like a minute. So kind of trying to keep that momentum going. I mean, we don't want that all the time, but that's where the trend is going. So if we can capitalize on that. I don't think it's the best thing. The bite size. I feel like everybody's attention spans are just so.
It's shrinking.
Yeah.
It's shrinking. Soon 30 seconds is going to turn into 10 seconds. And then you have 10
Have you
seconds
seen the brain rot? Like people that are doing, like, you can upload your like school notes and it'll put it to like it's like a Fortnite video, and then it would be like the narrator guy comes on and it shows you all the words.
Oh yeah, I've seen those things. Yeah,
you can now do it with like your school notes, and it'll make an entire video, like brain rot video for you, so you can learn like your like lecture notes that way. Because that's what people
Gosh.
pay attention to.
Oh my gosh. Is that like those videos
They have like the
where
temple run in the background and
the temple run, but then there's like an actual clip of something else of like
yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't like that stuff because I don't know. Anytime I come across any of those videos, I'm always like, okay, which one do I pay attention to?
But again, that's the trend right now. Everybody's attention spans, especially younger, is just like so short. So we just gotta grab it, film it.
What would you say is I guess the biggest difficulty then of actually getting a young person to instead say like put on their Spotify or whatever to actually like, well, I'm gonna listen to
Download my app and listen.
Shameless plug.
Hey, there we go. I would say it's just keeping, obviously we have to sell commercials.
Mhm.
That is one thing that people do not like about radio is there is commercials. We sell ad space. It is. You get a couple of minutes of songs, then you get like 5 minutes of ads.
Yeah.
So I feel like that is the hardest thing that we need to still kind of navigate right now is just how can we make things a little bit better as far as that. Obviously, we got to make money.
Yeah.
You got to make money. You're going to sell ad space on your podcast,
Yeah.
So like if you're watching on YouTube, you're probably going to have a couple of pre-rolls in between all of this.
Right. And then you have to pay for YouTube Premium if you don't want those ads, which means
Absolutely.
that money is not that
and
money
then it doesn't go to you.
Yeah.
So that's something that I feel like we can improve on a little bit. No idea how. That's just my take on it is yes, there's commercials in radio. People hate ads.
Yeah. Yeah. I cannot tell you how many times I've come across a YouTube video where like halfway through the video, it's always like something climactic is about to happen. And then it's like 15 seconds about Applebee's or
and
something.
You can't skip it.
Yeah. It's so dumb.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you really can't skip it in radio because you're kind of just stuck there. So.
Or the worst are whenever it's two ads that you can't skip.
Yes, absolutely.
That's the worst.
But that's where I would say is we're going to have the biggest difficulty. I try to end things on a cliffhanger. Mm-hmm. I'll have like a break. I can see where it is just all ads. Mm-hmm. And I'll be like, okay, coming up next, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about that. Stick around. I'll be right back after this break. And then you got to sit through all the ads.
Yeah.
So if I can catch your attention enough that you'll sit through those ads.
Throw a lasso to.
For real.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way I approach it is like, all right, I got to grab their attention. So they sit there through these and ignore that we're trying to sell you stuff. And then you can hear my story.
Yeah. Here's 5 minutes of ads and then
I get to come back in and tell you what I was talking about. Yeah. So that's just one thing that I think is going to be the most difficult is people attention spans are so low and we hate ads. I hate ads, okay? Everybody does. Nobody likes them.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got to pay our bills though.
Yeah. Yeah. So is this is radio and voice acting, all this sort of stuff, is this something that you think that you'll continue to aspire for? Or do you want to kind of grow beyond that and maybe run a radio station and not maybe necessarily be on the air? Or
we talked about that the other day. Looking at my notes because I wrote it down because you sent me your questions beforehand, which I appreciate so bad. Okay. So, I talked about having meetings with my boss and, he's incredible. He's given me so many wonderful pointers. Zach Miller from Froggy 102.7.
Shout out, Zach.
He is the Zach Attack.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's a stepping stone.
Okay.
I really think it's a stepping stone. In such a short amount of time, I've built a platform. I have an audience that they're engaged. They're incredible. They reach out to me. We have polls. We talk. And I couldn't be more grateful for that. But I do know that there are probably bigger things on the horizon than just staying here. I don't see myself leaving media or entertainment of any kind, but I do want to keep growing. And I'd love to take my voice work to like a national level rather than just Elkhart County, as we all do. And that's going to take time. and experience and a lot of hard work. And so for now, I'm just focused on learning every single thing I can from anybody I can talk to and build my skills and continue to evolve. And then, I mean, with that, I'm always open to like new creative ventures.
Yeah.
Shameless plug. I'm open to work.
Yeah.
Just, whether it's expanding more into podcasting or voice acting or just something I haven't even discovered yet. I just want to keep creating and using my voice in meaningful ways.
Gotcha.
So while radio is my home right now, I do see it as a part of a bigger journey.
Gotcha. I do want to ask you more, a little bit about your story. Like, was there ever really a time where, I guess really just throughout your whole evolution from early on to college to now and everything that you've kind of gone through, was there ever a time where you were like, man, I don't know if I can do this?
I am a mom of 2. I am divorced. I'll put that out there. Lots of hard times, still doubt myself a lot. But the way that I've grown, your mindset needs to shift with that. And that's the biggest thing that I've had happen over the last year is it's like, let go of that control. Whatever happens. I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing what I can. I'm a good person. I know what I need to be doing and focusing on that specifically. And, that's, I guess I wouldn't have doubt in myself if, I wasn't doing the things I was doing.
Yeah.
So it's always going to be there, but it's how you take it and react to it and not give up is the biggest thing. Yeah. Especially with voice acting. If you're a baby voice actor out there, you're going to hear the word no a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know in my own career, there are plenty of examples I could give where it's just like, man, I don't know why I put up with this crap from, not only just rejections, but just other people just trying to take advantage of you.
Absolutely.
Or people that want to steal your ideas. All that sort of stuff.
If I said I'd talk to you off camera, you were the worst thing jogged my memory. I was like, oh, that's such a good idea.
Yeah, it's just stuff like that where it's definitely like, I definitely have doubted myself as well.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's a lot of like what you said where like, it does take me a second because my initial reaction to a lot of that stuff is anger. Like I just have to be angry about it.
As anybody is.
I have to vent. I got to get it out. But then it's weird because then once I get it out, it's like I go through the stages of grief with it. After I'm angry about it, then I'm depressed about it. But then there's a point where like I hit my acceptance where I'm like, you know what? I am cool. Or whatever.
We're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
I got another one tomorrow. I'm gonna do it even better.
Yeah.
So that's where I think a lot of like confusion, not even confusion, just like misconception comes in about this kind of work. Everybody hears me going like, oh, I have a radio show. Oh, I can do that. I just need a microphone. And it's like, go for it. Yeah. See how you sound. And then I'm sure as you found out the first times you like did an audition, you listen to it back, you're like, what is that?
I can't. As much as I know that I have to for the sake of the show.
Yeah. You hate listening to yourself too? Fact about me, also hate it.
Don't get me wrong. I know that like I have to listen to each show. So not only can I learn like how can I be more engaging as a host, but like I want to make sure like the conversations went well, how did it all sound, all that sort of stuff. These people have done an amazing job, but there are just times where it's just like, I'm sorry for everybody that I have ever talked to that my voice sounds like that.
I think we all hear that back sometimes. And I think the funniest thing is when people hear me on air, they're like, that doesn't even sound like you.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, because I changed my voice. I have like a news voice. I have my radio show voice. I have like a podcast voice. I have like a normal talking to like my best friend voice. Yeah. Like that's part of it. And then people are like, oh, I can see why you're a voice actor now. And it's like, thank you. There you go.
Yeah. Do you think that there's a struggle to find your own voice at all?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? Okay.
And that comes hand in hand with like the creativity thing too, is like, you know, it did take me a while to find like my radio voice. Because it's like, you know, I'm not going to sit there and drop my voice like 3 octaves and just kind of like mumble in a microphone. Like, you know, you want to be positive, upbeat, energetic, all these kind of things where people are going to hear you and go like, wow, she's like, I can tell her personality through her voice, which is really hard to convey sometimes.
Yeah.
And again, that comes in with like misconceptions of like, I can just get a microphone. I can just do this.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Like people, you have to be able to convey that literally through your voice.
Yeah.
My one coach said, smile through your throat.
Smile through your throat.
Smile through your throat.
Okay.
Because like you have to be able
to note. Yeah.
You have to be able to. It makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
To somebody like you and me who's been through auditions, if you got that feedback, you'd be like, I know exactly what to do with that. Take it way more high energy, you know? So that is where I like struggle with this. Like, I don't want people to think I'm fake. But I'm a voice actor. My voice changes. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like I literally can't help it sometimes.
Have you ever
It just happens.
Anybody listen to your show and then meet you and go, yeah, the face didn't match the voice at all?
100%.
Really?
All the time.
Every time? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever find that with like other radio hosts or anything like that?
Absolutely.
Really?
Everybody always is like, oh, you're so pretty. I didn't know you're going to be so pretty. Because there is a stigma about people in radio. We've got the faces for radio, not camera.
Gotcha. That almost made me spit all over the place.
That's what I get,
that's
though.
Rude. That's rude.
It's the fact of life. That's why people go into radio, is because we don't got the faces for television.
Okay, yeah.
But that is the reaction I get a lot. Is people are like, you're so pretty. You don't look like your voice. Like you know, you don't look like what I imagined. Like, okay. I don't know if that's a compliment.
Yeah,
like,
is that a compliment?
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's like people are like, they don't realize that they're maybe saying something that's like a bit like inflammatory, but they don't realize it.
Yeah, I do.
So you just kind of have to like
a political show as well, but I'm a producer on that. I am on camera now, but I used to not be on camera. So people only heard my voice. They never saw me. He would talk to me, interact with me on the show. Yeah. I would be on air with him. And then when we started doing like going out and meeting his fan base, they were like going crazy. I got some weird DMs. Like, they're like, you're Morgan? You're the Morgan that he talks to all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just me.
I'm just another human being, just like you.
And they're like, but you're so hot. I was like, oh, God. Please don't say that to me. You're like a 60-year-old man. Like, it happens. I'm not going to lie, but, you know.
Some old dude just comes up to you and is like, I don't know why the Chinese use chopsticks and not forks and spoons like the rest of us.
I don't answer the phone during that show anymore.
How are you, young lady?
Yeah.
Like, that's their line.
I've stopped answering the phone during that show because that's where it is.
Gosh.
It's just people like rambling. Like, sometimes it's just like lonely old people and you can tell, but you're like, sir, I need to like work. Yeah. I don't have time to sit here and talk to you. I'm sorry. Yeah. Just listen to the show.
Well, I say you have the face for camera. You do.
Thank you.
Yes, you are beautiful.
I get told that a lot.
Yeah. So I guess kind of segueing into my next question is like, what are some of like the weird or fun, like the most fun times that you've had while on the radio? Like, have there ever just been shows where you and your co-host or just anybody that you're with, like you just can't stop laughing? Or have there been times where like somebody has called in and you're like, all right, next caller? Like,
yeah, so we actually can't take calls on air anymore.
Oh,
because of that.
Gotcha.
One guy just came on and like immediately started cussing, and we have it's called the delay button. It's called a dump button, actually.
Yeah.
It takes it back like 30 seconds, so it cuts it, like it just like stops the show basically, so you don't hear it. It's the same thing that happens on live TV. you've got a little bit of a buffer there, but if you miss it, ooh, you're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I would say just like the funnest stuff we do is during that show. Sometimes we'll watch we're on Twitter a lot during that show, or X, I guess it's now.
Yeah.
Obviously some real interesting videos pop up on there sometimes.
A lot.
So I have posted a couple of reels of like we watched one guy accidentally blow up with like an RPG and like
What?
yeah. That one was on air, caught our genuine reactions of somebody sending that to us.
Why is that funny?
Because our reactions is like so pure and genuine of like
Of absolute shock.
just horror.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't know, sometimes I would say another fun thing we do is we do taste tests sometimes. People just like bring us.
Ooh, okay.
It has to be prepackaged. We don't do stuff people cooked.
Yep.
But they'll bring us like rare or like weird flavored things, and we'll try that sometimes.
What's the weirdest flavor you've ever had of anything?
I don't even know the nastiest thing I've had lately, and people are probably gonna hate me, is the Post Malone Oreos. They're so
There's
bad.
Post Malone Oreos?
Yeah, they're like salted
even know.
caramel, but they smell so bad, and they're just so sickly sweet. Like, I don't know, maybe people like them. I hated it.
Okay, I didn't know they even existed. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay away from those.
And I would say like a weird, and it's not even weird. This might even be sad. Sometimes you're like, so obviously I'm like trying to date. Shameless plug. But like when you're talking to someone and then you get like a text message that you're like, well, that just broke my heart and ruined my whole day. And then you got to go on air and be like, that was Billie Eilish. Like,
I'm so happy. Yeah,
I would say like that's kind of
my
the weird.
goldfish
Like,
just died. Like,
pretty much.
Yeah.
You just get like some devastating like text message or news, or like the Gene Hackman stuff came out yesterday as cause of death.
Yeah.
While I was in the middle of recording, so we stopped, recorded another video about that, and then you got to go back to being like, hey,
How are you?
yeah. So that's like kind of just the weird side of it. It's like you really have to, it's basically like acting all the time because you're just there.
That's got to be tricky, especially if it's like maybe like even more serious stuff.
Yeah, my grandfather went to the hospital one time during a show. I like got text messages from my grandma. He was okay. He was okay.
Good.
He was doing okay, but I had to take him by ambulance. So my grandma's like texting me about it because she knows she can't call me during recording and stuff like that. And it's just like, you call me anytime. Like, I will stop my show for you.
Yeah.
But it's kind of just stuff like that. That's like, oh, well, guess I just got to go back to work. And you're never going to know because my voice is never going to convey that.
Yeah, thank God it's all pre-recorded too. So.
Well, it is, yes.
Yeah.
I do get to take breaks every now and then if I need to. But when I'm in a time crunch or it's live, sometimes I'll do my show. My show starts at 7. Sometimes I'm recording at 6:15 p.m. and I've got to catch up, So you don't got time to sit there and...
So when do you record then? Because your show is 8 to midnight, right?
7 to midnight.
7 to midnight. Okay. I have tuned in a few times, by the way. Very, very good show. Very good
Thank
show.
you.
So when are you then going to the office and recording?
Whenever. Sometimes I'm there at 9 in the morning. Sometimes I wait until after my other show, which is 3 to 6 p.m. I'll sit there at like 6:15 p.m.
So you don't actually have like a set schedule then? You just show up to work whenever you...
Pretty much. I have to be there like 3 to 6 because I help produce a show. So I have to be there for that time period. Yeah. But I can also do it from my house too, which is very nice.
Oh, so you have your own in-house studio then too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. I have a closet. I have a walk-in closet that I soundproofed. And I've got my microphone stand.
And everything ready to go right
I use a Rode NTG 2 shotgun microphone with a Zoom recorder, like field recorder. So
gotcha.
It's a good little setup because it's nice and portable. And
yeah. Well, the shotgun mic too. I mean, that's going to be really great, especially with all the sound being absorbed too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It works perfect. I just throw it in my laptop, EQ it a little bit, and then send it off.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
it works out very nice.
Gotcha. So does that, I guess, kind of free up your schedule to spend more time with the kids and kind of also just
Absolutely.
do whatever else you want
Spend
to
more
do?
time with the kids, work on other projects. You know, I freelance around. I do music with Jameson and Graffiti Black, and we're looking to do more stuff with that. And so it's really fun that I can even take that on the road with me. You know, I can take a microphone with me and just talk to Jameson and have those as my breaks.
Yeah. So what other kind of hobbies are you like going into that you've kind of just done in your free time then? Because you obviously have a lot of it, so.
Let's see. I mean, everything I do, which is so funny because like you guys do so many other things. We can really keep hitting on Jameson hard. Oh my God. But like, you know, he does photography, videography, music, all these things. And they're all kind of separate. But me, it's all sound oriented because I do voice acting. I do the radio broadcasting, and then I do sound engineering music. So it's all like sound related. So, you know, I help run the sound equipment for like a couple of theaters in the area and stuff like that.
Does it ever bother you whenever you go to a show and the sound is awful and you're just sitting there like
100%?
Yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah.
Yep. And or it's hard to like not micromanage when we're like playing our music because I'm like trying to convey what I want or what I would do, and then I'm trying not to sound like a jerk.
Yeah.
Because it's also their mix, so you know.
Yeah. I remember for the premiere of She's on the Run, they were going to do a live band show at the end of the premiere.
That's cool. I love those.
And it was all going to be original songs from the film as well.
Wow.
Too. And I showed up early the second day, and they were like, "Hey, like stand in the back of the theater and like let us know how it sounds." And then I would sit there and be like, "Okay, he needs to come up. He needs to come up." And then they would play their second song. And I was just like, "Well, for the second song, maybe you go down one and he comes up one." And it was just weird
all be like
how like they would also have me go to each different point of the theater.
Yes,
and
because
that blew my mind because I didn't actually think about that.
It bounces. Sound has a delay.
Yeah.
So like one of the theaters in Fort Wayne, we literally have it all timed to where the front of it will hit and then the back of it will hit because you're not getting the sound at the same exact time. There is a delay to it. You're going to hear that. You're not going to, it's going to bounce everywhere. Yeah. So your sound's not going to be that good unless you have that timed out properly because you'll hear guitar. You'll see him playing the guitar before you hear it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I think that's like always some of the bands, whenever they do live performance too, definitely have to work on it a lot of. Especially like the open amphitheater stuff, like where it's the yards and whatnot.
That comes with experience. Like you literally learn what frequencies are what. So like I can hear something and be like, I need to take 250 out of this. I need to drop like 400 out of that. Like
400
out of like your low mids, high mids, all of those ranges when you do like EQ and stuff. So
okay. Gotcha.
Just over time, you literally just learn by ear, like, oh, that's what it needs.
Gotcha.
And then you can face it.
Gotcha.
So that's why I like live sound engineering a lot because it's a lot of just like problem solving.
Creative problem solving.
Yeah, creative problem solving. Sometimes it's really stressful though because like you're getting feedback from somewhere and you don't know where it's at, and then like.
Has there ever been a show that you've engineered where it's just like, I don't know like everything's just kind of falling apart and you're like, oh, how do I fix this?
We talk about imposter syndrome a lot. I never let that show, but internally I'm like, oh my God, I'm making improvement in everything. And then it turns out totally fine and everybody gives you a high five and you're like, you did awesome. Like, well, I don't think I've ever had a show go really, really bad.
Yeah.
I think Jazz Fest in Elkhart, we had like the weirdest feedback happen during a show once. No idea what caused it. It was so loud. It was like a sonic boom. It was so loud. It left the guitar player's ears like ringing, which I felt so bad about. No idea what happened. It happened one time, went away. I still to this day have no idea.
No idea where it came from.
No. And it wasn't my fault. Like my hands were off the board.
It's like hovering over Lake Michigan right now.
Yeah, I have no idea. Because like I said, my hands were like off the board. So when it happened, I was like, what was that? But no, and I've done sound for some incredible people. Kansas.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Gotcha.
Recently we had Night Ranger.
Okay.
Sister Christian.
Yeah. Has there ever been a band that you really want to work with?
I mean, obviously, I gotta say Green Day.
Green Day. Okay.
Of course.
Well, you're also.
They're probably never going to come to Elkhart, Indiana, but
No.
hey, Billy Joe Armstrong. It's a 1,700 seat theater. We got you. You sell it out immediately.
And we'll give you more than a couple of minutes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
I think that's still one of my favorite meltdowns from a celebrity.
God.
If I could make that meltdown my ringtone, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've talked about it in Jameson's podcast. We had one guy come. I don't know if you want to bleep his name or not.
We can.
You can?
We can. Yeah, we'll do it.
Okay. It was who everybody said was going to be so mean.
Yeah.
Nicest guy.
Nicest guy.
Got a little drunk. He likes to argue with his crowd a lot, like fans and stuff. So once he got out there and got a little rowdy, but everybody was like, he hates sound people. He's so mean to sound people.
Yeah.
He was like the nicest guy ever. I don't know if it's because I'm a girl or not, but like he let me play his guitars. He was showing me all of his stuff.
Yeah.
Like just so sweet.
This is a nice dude.
Really was.
Yeah.
And everybody at the theater was like, he was so mean to us last time he was here. It's like, he was nice to me. I got to play his like 1970s Martin guitar. Like it was beautiful. Yeah.
So we're going to wrap it up here, but I am going to ask you one last little question. And we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but is there anything else that you are hoping for within this next year that you really just, your mind is just dead set on, this is a goal that I want to make happen? And really, I guess just even like, I guess a 10-year plan, what are you kind of aspiring for here?
So for this year, I would love to land a character acting role. That is like my biggest goal career-wise is, whether it's big or small, I just really want to have that experience of being able to record in a studio with like other people and stuff like that, instead of, one by one, those really small gigs, where it's just like, all right, come in, we'll talk to you. Mm-hmm. There you go. There's your recording. And just keep growing, audience engagement wise, see where I can end up by December of 2025. Cause I don't even feel like I was the same person I am now in like December 2024, you know? Yeah. It's just so much growth so fast. So that's something I want to focus on this year, and then 10-year plan. We'll see.
Yeah.
I just want to inspire people, like make people happy, keep them, I'm just such like a people pleaser. That's like, if I can make you laugh, that's like my only goal.
What kind of emotions do you think you would feel if somebody came up to you, say next month or so, maybe even tomorrow, someone comes up to you and says, I heard your voice on the radio and it was so inspiring to me to actually get into radio myself?
Oh, I would feel just such like gratitude.
Really?
And again, we go back to like the gratitude and spirituality and stuff. It's like
that connection. It's
like, why? Mm-hmm. Why was it me? Why was it you? Mm-hmm. How did we meet? We met through our friends that I met by chance. And so it just kind of takes me back to like that. It's like all of this is happening, and for what reason?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I personally would say that's God.
Absolutely.
Me personally.
Yeah.
But I am glad that in your own spiritual journey you are becoming more open-minded, and that's really cool, and it's also inspiring.
Yeah, maybe that's another goal that can be for this year. Let's just keep talking to you guys.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What? Wait, you want to keep talking to me? Oh my gosh. We'll keep yapping.
We're very good at it.
Yeah. before we go, I do want to actually ask you one last little thing, and I didn't even put this down in the notes, so I wanted to surprise you with this. Can you give me a crazy character voice?
Oh my god.
Yeah, right here, right now on the spot. Like, could you do like a Harley Quinn?
Why is the only thing coming to my mind that King of the Hill episode where he goes, "That's my purse. That's my purse. I don't know you."
Could you do the SpongeBob guy? Oh, my leg.
My leg.
Do you think you can maybe do like maybe Smaug, like the dragon from Lord of the Rings?
Goodness, I don't think so. No, I can't pull that one out of my hat right now.
Like actually, like the back of the throat a little bit.
I wish I could roll my R's because I really like the way Nosferatu sounded.
Ooh,
did you see it yet?
No, I have not.
So good. The cinematography in it was so good.
I actually heard it sucked from a couple of friends, but then everybody else was like, "It's so good."
I liked it. I enjoyed it. Christian thought it was. Our friend Christian thought it was not the best, but I liked it.
And that's. Yeah. So
I wish I could roll my R's, but I really liked the way that he did.
Well, you know what? That could be a goal for 2025 right there.
Learn how to roll it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
So go ahead and look into that camera right there and tell people where they can find you.
You can find me all across social media. I am Morgan Till Midnight. That is the name of my show on Froggy 102.7, Monday through Friday, 7 to midnight. You can also find me on Instagram. I have kind of a big following on Facebook. So I'm on Facebook under Morgan Puterbaugh. Morgan Mixes because of my work with music. So you can find me across all of the platforms under those.
Awesome. Thank you for being here today. You're welcome. All right. That's one that we'll workshop the touch a little bit.
We'll work on that one.
Yeah, we got to get a little bit more phlegm in the back of the throat.
You're welcome.
This sounds
dead.
Let's
try to be Nosferatu.
Nosferatu. All right. But no, I really do appreciate you having on the show, and voice acting and radio, it really is just kind of one of my, I don't know, I guess I could say was a little bit more of my unspoken passions, really.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it before, so I'm excited to see your growth and journey with it as well, with your podcast too.
Thank you.
Because you have some really cool episodes coming out.
I do. And
I know I'm
excited for them. So yeah, I'm excited to continue to see where this goes, and I'm glad that you were here to be a part of that journey. So
thank you. Me too.
Yeah. If you like today's episode, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'm your host, Thomas Casey Zellers, and I will see you in the next one.